Hi everyone, Colin Pepplethwaite here, editor of the blog, and I'm joined by Andrzej. Pleasure. Billon. And we're going to talk about how, despite the fact that blockchain and cryptocurrencies are often seen as a sort of disrupting force of international finance, the two can actually be compatible. So let's jump straight in. If you could introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what you do, and how you came to be in the blockchain space.
I'm a CTO and CEO of a company called Billon. The company was set up over 5 years ago with a mission to civilize blockchain. It took us about 4 years to get to our first live product. That happened in August last year when we got our first ever blockchain-based license from British FCA. And we are on to a mission now to spread our civilized blockchain to everybody.
And what do you mean by civilized blockchain?
Well, we think there are three things that need to happen in order for blockchain to be widely adopted. And one thing, the most painful one I think for most people, you have to give up on cryptocurrencies.
Right.
The reality is, as an investment vehicle, is a good thing, but in everyday life, for corporates, for buying bread, it's just a hindrance. So you have to move on to governmental tokens. And governmental tokens are called euro, British pound, Polish zloty, and that's what you have to do. The second thing that you need to do, you have to owe up to obligations. If you want to touch people's money, if you want them to trust you with their money, you have to play your part. And that part is called being regulated, being audited, being transparent. Okay? If you ask for trust, give something in return. And we did this. We went with the regulators here in UK, we went with the regulators in Poland for continental license, and we are regulated. And the third thing is about what blockchain creates for society. Does it create toys for programmers to play with, or does it create products which make our life better? And you have to make a decision. Did blockchain grow up enough to offer actual real products? And we think yes. We should concentrate on giving real products to people rather than Lego blocks for people to play with.
So you think that blockchain as a technology is mature enough to be integrated into real currencies in the regulated international financial system as it stands right now?
I think if I'm going to use the analogy, most of the people are in the early puberty, but I think we just had our 18th year's birthday. Okay, so we just became adults.
Yes. And you don't think that the current financial system needs to be disrupted in any way? You don't think that the sort of powers that be need to be shaken up by new technology?
If you mean disrupted like a Bolshevik revolution, I hope that will be spared. Okay. It needs to be improved, it needs to be transformed, yes, but it does not need to be destroyed. You can actually move people, move financial industry, move banking industry onto civilized blockchain. Then you will find place for them to business. What we call it a permissioned blockchain. A permissioned blockchain to us, it's not the Wild West of the public blockchain, and it's not this deformed idea of private blockchain. You know, why have a closed private blockchain if the idea is to have it distributed?
Yes,
right?
yes.
But there is a middle ground. There is a golden compromise, and it's called permission blockchain. So everybody can have a node, everybody can be part of the blockchain, but there are certain privileged actors that have ability to maybe revoke access for bad people on the blockchain. There are certain privileged actors that really establish identity, know your customer, anti-money laundering. That's the only thing that they need to do. The rest can be open and free. You can develop your own products. You can build your own democratic version of money.
So why is, in your estimation, is blockchain the technology that's going to that is best suited to sort out the problems of the current payment system? You know, it's slow, it takes a long time, there's a lot of intermediaries involved. Why is it that blockchain is the right solution?
Well, First of all, blockchain did improve, as understood by Bitcoin and Ethereum, improve the intermediary equation. Because on the old rails, you typically had 5 to 7 intermediaries. With Bitcoin or proof of work blockchains, you are coming down to one intermediary, which is the miner. The miner performs two roles, creating of new money supply and validating transactions between you and me. So miner is the intermediary between us. But if you move, as we did, away from proof of work to versions of proof of stake and become even more democratic, then you can go to zero intermediaries, because we can validate transaction each other, okay, in a mutually way. And then you go to zero intermediaries. A big thing. The second thing with blockchain fixes, but it's been slow doing it, it's end of data isolation. Okay? A big thing about Ethereum was I now can have smart contracts. So I can have data which understands money and money understands the data. So I can have business rules, moving money rules. Okay? Powerful thing. But Ethereum stumbled on a huge problem. The business data cannot be uploaded on Ethereum itself. The business data has to be kept off ledger, has to be kept on another IT system, SQL database.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a hybrid car, it's not an electric car.
Yes.
We also solved this problem. Our data in our blockchain is on-chain. We can still store directly on-chain your picture, your passport, your PDF. And all your business data can be on blockchain directly as well. So you don't need any other external system, okay? So this is the true end of data isolation. And that improves life for everybody, for corporates, for retail people.
Yeah, so you see this, the benefits is really extending not just for enterprises and business, but also into the lives of everyday people as well.
The big thing that blockchain solves is ability to provide trust. But providing trust between banks, as Ripple does, it's not that difficult. The pool of banks is not that big. Providing trust for B2B use cases, yeah, interesting, but not that difficult. The beautiful use cases in blockchain are C2C use cases. But for this, you need to have massive scalability. You have to have a scalability that supports millions of transactions and millions of people. So you have to move away from mining. And we did that. Our system, which has been deployed and it's live in United Kingdom and in Poland, has been tested to support over 180 million transactions per day. That's sufficient for European Union retail transactions.
Okay. And I guess we could round this off by sort of doing a bit of blue sky thinking. So what's next for Billon? What's the next year hold for you guys?
We have today signed up a lot of big names to be our proof of concept and pilot clients. We have big FMCG companies, the biggest in the world. We have huge banks as our clients with a regulatory RegTech product. We have Japanese Kairatsu as our client. And we have tested and improved and polished our products. Now a big thing for us is moving at scale, giving it to smaller clients, giving to thousands and thousands and thousands of people as quickly as we can.
And you said the company's entered its 18th year, so...
Fifth year.
I don't know where I got that from, but how has the space changed when you started to now? I don't think you used to have kind of expos on this grander scale 5 years ago.
There are changes definitely for the good, so more people understand the unstoppable power of technology behind blockchain and behind the whole thing. So you no longer have to explain to people why blockchain. But I think there are some trends that I don't like as much. It used to be that it was all about who has the best idea and how this idea wins. And right now you have a lot of people that are spin doctors, that are just diluting the space with some questionable practices, and that's a dangerous thing. We as a society, we as a blockchain crowd have to be very careful not to allow this to happen.
Well, great. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.